Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to the Project Nerd Pavilion live from O Con in Council Bluffs, Iowa. How is everyone doing?
Wunderbar.
Wunderbar.
Swell. Oh, dang it. Missed opportunity to go. Thrilled.
So, as
really
I said
missed
before,
opportunity.
you guys are listening. This is the Project Nerd Podcast Pavilion, powered by Phineas Coffee here at O Con in Council Bluffs, Iowa. It is day one of O Con. The floor has been open now for 30 minutes. And we've started recording. So
Got lots
I
of
am joined by
people
Josh
walking
and Ethan from Meeple Skills and SexyNerdScience. I'm, of course, Tyler from the
Yo.
Nerdcast. How's everyone doing?
Good. I'm stoked.
You guys ready for a whole weekend?
This is a packed weekend.
Packed weekend.
There's
we have a lot going on.
A lot of stuff going on. This is a busy area here, too, so.
Yeah, so keep tuned in. Watch. We've got panels here. We've got the interview lounge. We've got a panel area there, as well as a bunch of moderating. It's a huge show. A lot of amazing guests.
Photo booth that we're setting up.
Here at the Project Nerd Pavilion near the Podcast Plaza. If you're coming to the show this weekend at any time for maybe just Saturday or Sunday, please come hang out with us. But it's going to be a great show here at O Con. This is the 5th year of O Con. And what are you guys most excited about this year? Any guests you're like, this is going to be worth it?
Yeah, that's
So Sam Jones is coming to the show if you didn't
my
pick
favorite.
up on that.
And I hope he's just as cool as he is in Ted. Yeah, I mean I've heard that it's very similar, and I'm just like, oh, I can't wait. I want to meet him so bad.
Hopefully, I say hopefully, most likely with less cocaine.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm
Some schneef.
excited I get to meet Steve Bloom and do a Q&A with him.
You mean Spike Spiegel?
Yes, Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop. Toonami Tom.
Toonami Tom.
That's what I always associate with the most. And I'm really stoked about that.
Do you mean Steve Bloom, the Guinness World Record holder for most voices provided to ever or something
Really?
like that?
I didn't know that.
Last I checked, I think he is in the Guinness World Record book for the most voice-over credits or most voice actor credits. He has well over 300.
Man, I would have thought. Oh man, now I'm gonna forget it. It's gonna drive me crazy. Sap Brannigan, Philip J. Fry,
Billy West?
Oh,
Billy
Billy
West.
West.
Yeah, I know Billy West.
Billy West is up there.
Yeah.
I think Steve, when you do a lot of those translations for anime, though, you can rack up credits real fast.
Especially
obviously-
as additional voices and things like that.
That is true. Yeah, once you get into anime,
And that's where he started, really.
yeah. God, I missed.
And he does a lot of games as well.
Yeah, he does a ton of games.
Because he's, well, let's look. At last I checked, let's see. So, yeah, Tom, obviously, Spike Spiegel. But a lot of
Wolverine.
Ronin Kenshin,
Yeah.
Digimon Trainers, Great Teacher Ozaga, Samurai Champloo.
He's like Wolverine now.
He's, Wolverine on Wolverine and the X-Men. He was in Legends of Korra. But, yeah,
What
he
did
was
he do in
also
Legends of Korra?
awarded the Guinness World Record for being the most prolific video game voice actor in 2012.
Was he Amon in Legends of Korra?
He was, I believe, Amon. Yeah,
That's what
check.
it sounds. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, he is
thinking, racking
Amon.
my voices. I'm like,
He's like,
yeah,
Amon.
he was
He is
Amon.
Amon. Yep.
Oh,
I always admire him, too, because he has such an iconic voice that, he doesn't need to do anything with at this point. If you just were like, hey, just talk, it's gold.
it's just his natural voice.
It's great.
That's
Because, his natural voice is like Spike Spiegel.
Yeah.
He sounds just, obviously sounds just like him. But, he doesn't have to change anything to sound amazing. I'm like, could you just whisper at me for, 6 hours? I might ask him that. We'll see.
Yeah, he's done a ton of video games.
Just make sure to
Yeah.
get his name right. That's all I can say. After hosting one panel my entire life,
What
And
what
getting
did
the
you
voice
do?
wrong?
I butchered Stephen Kapasik's last name at Colorado Springs Comic-Con to the point where I was on stage, froze, and I was like, "Cat," and he had to yell it from off stage.
Wow, that's
So
I'm so disappointed in
oh,
you.
it was really rough. First of all, you pronounce someone's names with hieroglyphs in it, all right? I don't know the Russian language.
That's fair.
Like Bert Kreischer over here. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. And then he said it, and I was like, oh, that sounds really easy to say. And then, nope.
not even a little bit.
Not when the pressure was on.
Not one.
Ethan, you've got a
bit.
panel that you got a Q&A. What Q&A are you doing today?
I am doing QA with Gigi Edgley.
Ooh, that's
from
exciting.
Farscape.
Chiana.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited to ask her all about Australia.
Are you a big Farscape fan?
No. Not that I'm not. I've never watched it because it was a little before my time.
Uh-oh.
I'm a youngin.
All right, so Ethan's been fired for Project Nerd, in case anyone was wondering.
Do you want to trade?
No, I'm doing her. I'm doing her on Sunday too, so I'm good.
Okay. I was gonna say because I checked in and I was like, oh, that seems great. Like it seems like a show I would be really into.
Yeah, it's fantastic. The Jim Henson Corporation worked on it.
Right,
A lot of
right.
puppets and stuff like Pilot,
Yeah.
Rigel, Crichton, Aaron,
Yeah.
Dargo,
But it came out in like
Zahn,
what 99.
Stark. I
90
mean, it was on. God, when did the first season air? It was 4 seasons and a movie.
Okay.
And I think it was 99 through. Was it on? I mean, I'm pretty sure it was on when I was in high school and college. So, when
Yeah,
did it
I
air?
was 7.
Ethan, you're the worst.
I mean,
Ethan is canceled.
9.
Yeah. So it was a little before my
Yeah,
time.
they make DVDs, man, Blu-rays. It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay, but like
I can
also
barely go back and watch the first Stargate.
I was gonna, like you have to keep in mind. So like being that age in that time period at like the height of science fiction primetime television,
Yeah.
like I have a lot to catch up on still. Like I didn't finish Next Gen until I was a sophomore in college.
March of 1999 through March of 2003.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
was in elementary school still watching Dragon Ball Z. So
So yeah, it was literally on from like my freshman year through like my sophomore year of college.
Yeah.
Or my freshman year of college.
yeah, we get it.
Be
You're
older.
old.
Yeah. I'm not that old. Seriously, it's on Amazon Prime. You guys can go watch it. It's fantastic.
I mean, I'm going
and
to
here's the
now.
big thing with it. Like, so some of the CGI doesn't hold up super well, but because it was the Jim Henson Corporation, so many of like the characters are all practical effects,
Yeah.
giant puppets and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
2 of the main characters in the show, Pilot and Rigel, are fully animatronic like puppet Jim Henson puppets,
That's awesome.
which is super cool.
I because of the new Dark Crystal movie coming out, I went back and like rewatched the old Dark Crystal, and like it you're right. I mean, it's still. I mean, as far as like the non CGI effects, it looks really well.
Yeah. There's definitely an episode, I think it's in the 2nd season, where there is a ship they get attacked by, that the aliens that inhabit that ship are very much a callback to the Skeksis. They've got these big, like, vulture-like heads with, like, weird sinew, and it's very cool.
With
But there's
teeth.
they do a lot of really crazy aliens on Farscape because they get to use these crazy puppet effects and stuff like that. It's really fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of nerd culture to catch up on because, like I said, a lot of it seemed to happen in the late 90s, early
Yeah.
2000s, and I was too young to, like, give a crud
Yeah.
because I was watching Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon. Like, that was my life then.
It's fine.
And
You're going to have to go back and catch up now.
I know. I'm working on it.
Because it was like one of the precursors to, because right after it finished was around the time that Battlestar Galactica started
Yeah.
on Sci-Fi.
Well,
so it was like the beginning of the
New Battlestar Galactica.
new Battlestar Galactica. It was the start of the renaissance of sci-fi shows, and now they do, like, I think they're making Sharknado 6 at some point.
Yay. Just kidding.
Woo.
I've never actually made
Yeah,
it
that
all
was
the way
like-
through a Sharknado movie.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
never
I
even
mean, there was a
started
period
one.
of time, and I mean, obviously the money just wasn't there anymore now that, there's just so many options. But there was a period of time there in the late 90s, early 2000s where sci-fi not only was having shows like Farscape, like Stargate SG-1, they also were making really cool miniseries. Like they made the Dune miniseries and the Dune Children
Yup.
of Dune / Dune Messiah
Eureka was
miniseries.
on
Yup.
Sci-Fi too, wasn't it? Or-
Eureka came later, so
Yeah.
Eureka would have
Yeah.
been, because like Eureka, Warehouse 13,
Yeah.
those shows all came a little or later
Yeah,
in the
those were more
in the late
recent.
like 2000. God, when did Eureka run? Probably.
I
Was
thought
it-
I remember. Dale
I mean,
might
I
know
say
the
it's
answer to
been
that
a long time
question.
ago. It's probably
Eureka,
been
when
10
did
years
Eureka
ago that
start?
Probably.
Eureka
yeah.
was on the air, and I just have totally
Uh,
lost the ability to gauge time
Yeah,
at all.
so-
That's
yeah,
true.
because I mean, okay, so back late '90s, early 2000s, you have Star Trek Next Gen, Deep Space Nine. You end up getting Voyager. You get Farscape, Babylon 5. The list goes on.
Yeah.
So that was a good time to be a nerd.
I didn't watch any of those until I grew up.
Right.
Yeah.
Same.
but okay, so it was about 10 years. So Eureka ran 2006 to 2012.
If you didn't have like parents who were passionate in that stuff,
Yeah.
I think that was probably like the other problem.
Yeah,
Which
my
is
dad
the
was
reason
just
why my mom's not at the Comic-Con.
right.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
yeah,
my
my mom watched.
Parents weren't really into it, but I did have a TV in my room, so I could watch DS9 and
and
You know
was
what I
watching Dragon
watched
Ball
a
Z.
ton of through the late 90s, early 2000s?
What's up?
Touched by an Angel.
Really?
Watched a ton of that.
My mom was big into ER and Friends, and my dad was just an alcoholic. So
Oh man.
It just got dark.
I'm really good at cowboy movies.
if
Like
you
my
get-
dad watches cowboy
Yeah.
movies.
I mean, if you
Food
also
Network,
if you
that
get
was
into
big.
the if you get into the old actual 90s, there was a lot of attempts to bring sci-fi to television. So, but none of them really outside of Star Trek. None of them really took out. So you had things like Gene Roddenberry's Earth Final Conflict. You had a lot of really short-lived things. Sequest. A lot of other people remember Earth 2. There was a lot of those kinds of strange one. Fox made a lot of stabs at it.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
the most successful sort of sci-fi thing that we would have gotten. I mean, obviously,
Batman
the
the Animated
WB, which
Series.
was at the time UPN / whatever they. We got Buffy and we got Angel.
Yeah.
We got those through the 90s, which was really cool. I'm trying to think what else.
Yeah, well, I mean, like Batman the Animated Series
Oh,
was
God.
early '90s, and
Yeah.
that was really good from the WB. I mean, it was syndicated on the WB mid to late '90s.
Yeah. And the Batman the Animated Series was pretty much entirely created just to cash in on the Tim Burton Batman, like
Oh yeah.
a version of that, like a takeoff of that theme, that gothic aesthetic, and like try to bring it in. And I mean, like,
What was it?
even
It
though
was
with its origins, it,
Dark Deco or whatever was the
yeah,
name
the
of
dark deco, all the backgrounds are drawn on black paper as opposed to white paper to give it that very special effect.
That was classics.
So good.
Yeah,
not a fan.
Why,
I stayed up late. You weren't a fan of the animated Batman series?
Oh, the animated Batman. I zoned out for a minute.
Oh my
I only
God,
caught.
I was
You
about
don't like
to-
Batman
I
the
only
Animated
caught.
Series?
I only caught the Tim Burton Batman part.
No. We were talking about how that was made to
Okay.
cash in.
Yeah.
They used
Yes.
They did a take
Batman
on
the
theme
animated
from,
series was amazing.
One
I
of
just
these,
wanted to
like,
be clear.
I will get Kevin
Also,
Conroy to punch
I mean, also
you
we
in
need
the
to
throat.
talk. Do you not like Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne / Batman?
He's not the worst. He was better than Val Kilmer.
And not better than George Clooney?
Oh,
I
come
feel
on.
like George Clooney did the best he could with the turd that he was handed.
Okay.
I feel like he was like, I'm just gonna have fun with this, like,
Right.
and
But
not
Michael
take it
Keaton went to
seriously.
the Steven Seagal school of fighting. Watch me stand here while you run into my fist. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So he can't turn his head.
Right.
I'm Batman.
Yeah. I mean,
And he made the voice. Like,
yeah.
He did
that's
make the
true.
voice.
It's
I'm
been a
Batman.
long time since I've watched that one, so I'd have to.
The
I'd have
first
to
one, I
rewatch
mean,
it.
the first one has its problems, but it's solid.
so in an interview I saw with Kevin Conroy, who like is now the iconic voice of
he
Batman,
is Batman.
Yeah.
literally said the reason why he had a different voice for Bruce Wayne and a different voice for the Dark Knight was because of Michael Keaton's voice. That's why he did it.
Yeah.
And like, you can't discredit the fact that Michael Keaton was huge for Batman.
Because that was the first time. Because I
Yeah.
mean, Adam West, they sounded exactly the same.
Yeah.
Because it's Adam West.
Yeah.
Has Adam West ever actually played a character, or does he just play
It's
himself?
just Adam West.
He
and
was an
everything.
actor. He did some stuff,
I
but
know.
then in later years he
Yeah,
became a
some
character of
westerns.
himself.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, that is like the iconic Batman. The original Batman show is the one where he's on like a three-way call as Batman and Bruce Wayne having a conversation with himself, just switching phones. It's pretty fantastic.
I had an incident like that the other day. So I sell phones, and I'm not allowed to help people with customer service for a lot of times. So I had to call into Sprint for an elderly customer that I had, and I'm like, "Is it okay if I just pretend to be you?" And like, he's like, "Yeah, that's fine."
That's
so
fraud.
I'm pretending to be this customer on the phone, and then the representative from Sprint's like, "Yeah, we're just having a lot of problems with this. I'm gonna have to call that Walmart and talk to them and figure out like what's going on." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then she literally put me on hold, called our store, and then I talked to her on the phone, like at the same voice.
Did you change your voice at all?
My
It was
goodness.
really bad though. I
That's
was like,
great.
"Oh, this is Walmart. Thank you." Like, it was bad, but that's exactly what it reminded me of. Like the three-way call with the exact same voice. I was like,
Wow.
I did that the other day.
Fair
Wow.
enough.
That's great.
It happens. People are none the wiser.
I don't think that's something that actually happens. I think that's a unique Josh experience.
Good. Thank
Or
you.
Batman in the 60s.
Or Batman in the 60s.
Batman
Who
in the 60s.
is
has a lot of unique experiences.
right. So
punch a
Some
shark?
days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
need your bat shark repellent.
That's what it was. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like
He had bat shark
I
repellent.
was like,
and
can you
that's
punch
in
a
the
shark?
movie.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
in the
that's
movie.
in the movie.
It's also where he, just out of the corner of his eye, sees the rubber foam and crashes the Batcopter onto it. I love that moment. That's fantastic. Luckily,
Wow.
as we were going down to the corner of my eye, I spotted this giant pile of rubber foam.
I love it.
Speaking
But
of
when he's
Batman,
trying to get rid of the bomb and the nuns.
How does everyone feel about
Pattinson?
Pattinson? Yeah.
I think he could be a really good Bruce Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
I am unsure of his ability to be Batman, but we'll see. I'm not going to make any judgments. I remember the kerfuffle when they announced the guy from 10 Things I Hate About You was going to be the Joker, and everyone lost their minds.
Yeah.
And that turned out okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
turned out
his
great.
performance turned out okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
The through line of that didn't turn out okay.
No. I am looking forward to it.
Yep.
I'm wondering if, like, my biggest thing, and it's totally like a minor thing, is he gonna bulk up? Because he's a pretty scrawny dude. So I'm wondering if is he gonna bulk up to be like Batman?
I don't think he needs to be like he definitely doesn't need to go like Ben Affleck bulk up on it, you know. Like he doesn't need to. I mean, he could, I guess.
You have to though.
No, I mean you could put him in a nice suit, no one's gonna notice.
I guess, but like
Bruce Wayne in a suit looks just as good as Bruce Wayne bulked up in a suit.
yeah, but like we're at the stage in superhero movies now where we also need Bruce Wayne shirtless.
Apparently, yeah, the Swallow Rin.
Yeah. Because that's really what we need
Han
in superhero
Swallow.
movies now. Yeah.
Just make sure you pull your pants all the way up to your nipples.
Yeah.
That's right. The old
They're-
man pants. Those
They're
are space pants.
They're space pants.
They are space fans.
But yeah, I was really excited for that. I don't know if I haven't touched base on it too much more. Have they like officially been like, hey, no chance of doing Batman Beyond, and like that's who Robert Pattinson is going to play?
I think they've made it pretty clear that it's going to be.
It's going to be a Bruce Wayne.
It's going to be Bruce Wayne, and
Yeah.
it's not. It's going to be like not Batman Begins, but not like obviously. It'll be like year 2 Batman as opposed to
Yeah.
year 1 Batman.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I swear to God, if I have to watch Thomas and Martha Wayne get murdered
I mean
one
they're
more time.
100% going to be in this movie. I'm pretty sure it's against the rules to make a Batman movie and not kill the Waynes in it at the beginning.
It's like Batman's been out since like what, the 30s, 40s, something like
the
that.
very first issue of Batman, I believe, was 19. I want to say what's first issue about 30. So we just had the 80th anniversary, so it was like 30, 39, wasn't it?
Okay, so we get it. His parents died. Move on. New storyline.
I mean,
It's been 80 years. We've had time
is there
to heal.
is there an adaptation of Batman that doesn't involve it? Like that doesn't show a clip of it or a flashback or him thinking about it? Like,
No. Like, as far as the
I,
series
mean, I don't
goes.
think they reference it in Justice League. That'd be about it.
I think
No, they do.
they do. I think they do. Like there's a flashback for it at least.
In
Well,
Justice League,
So,
I-
no. Okay.
Wait, the Justice League like live action or
the live
animated?
the movie,
Okay, I'm thinking animated Justice
the Snyder
League.
Whedon.
Right.
Yeah.
One.
So here's
because they definitely did it in Superman versus Batman. They found a way to put it
Right.
in again.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: is like I don't count it like if it's part of the series, you know, because
Yeah.
like Batman vs Superman is the first one where we get Batman, so they show it. Batman Begins is the
I mean,
first
you say
one
the
where
first
we get
one where they
Batman.
show it. We've had 15 fucking Batman movies at
Right.
this point. You don't have to.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. If they show it one more time, considering Batman Begins came out
So
when I was a kid.
Batman Begins only shows it in Batman Begins. And, like Nolan
Right.
did not show it in the next 2 movies, but I feel like it's referenced in Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
I feel like it's referenced or even flashbacked in all 4.
Probably.
What about Gotham?
what?
The entire show Gotham is about it.
I was
I think
gonna
the
say.
hasn't happened
I'm pretty,
yet.
I'm pretty sure the entire first episode is. I mean, the entire first season is just about the
Yeah.
time that the Waynes got shot.
Yeah.
I have not watched. I've watched a couple episodes of the first season and I haven't watched it since. And everything I hear about it, it sounds so ridiculous, but in the best way possible. But I still don't. I have no desire to watch
I'm just
it.
gonna wait till it's done. Drew watches it all the time. Like
Really?
I came over one day and him and Tasha were watching it, and I'm just like,
it just wrapped
I
up or
don't
is
see
wrapping.
the
It's
appeal.
over now, right? Isn't it?
I believe so, or there's one more season, like final season.
Or they
coming.
just wrapped it up or something? Because
They might have just finished like filming, but I think there's one more season. But yeah, I'm still trying to like. Now I'm thinking like when you said that at first, I was thinking like, well, how could they make like a Batman where like it doesn't happen? Like his parents just get food poisoning or something.
No, like it's fine that they're not there, but you don't need to show it. You
feel like
don't
it's
need to
just-
show the
I feel like
scene.
it's part of the overall social consciousness
So-
now. Like everyone knows.
Think
Yeah.
of Spider-Man: Homecoming. Okay,
Yep.
they did not show
They didn't
Peter
kill-
get
they
bit by
didn't-
the
they
spider.
didn't- And nor did they kill Uncle Ben.
Right.
That's true.
it's happened, and we've moved on. Everybody knows how Spider-Man becomes Spider-Man.
That's right.
Everybody knows how Batman becomes Batman. We don't need to see it again. It's such an...
I think everyone knows why he becomes Batman. I would say up until Batman Begins, not everyone knew how he became Batman.
Really?
Because, I don't think, unless you watch the animated series, there's very few times has a movie gone into, he, left Gotham and went and trained with ninjas and Battle Master, that kind of stuff.
Sure, okay.
They know how, they know why, they know how in the sense that he had a lot of money, but, I feel like a lot of shows... And obviously those bits have been retconned and filled in the comics over the years, but I don't think everyone knew that, no, he let off and trained for years with ninjas and samurais and detectives and all sorts of crazy stuff that, which was cool in Batman Begins.
See, I actually would want to see more of that.
Yeah, I'd watch it. Those are some of the best episodes of Batman the Animated Series, or even, I think the best animated movie, Mask of the Phantasm, really focus on flashbacks and or Batman having to deal with stuff that's come up from things that happened in his past before he was Batman. What's the episode? What's the episode about Batman the Animated? I can't think of the name of it, where he has to face off against a disciple of his old master with the touch of death, where he learns the move to kill a guy by touching him right in right spot.
Yeah, I remember
a lot of
that
those
one.
episodes where it's flashbacks to him training with. Or the things he did before he was Batman are some of the best Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
Or the great Ghost episodes where you see episodes of him being a kid watching the TV show.
I feel like the problem is now if that happened, people would be like, "Oh, this is just episodes of Arrow," because that's exactly what the first 4 seasons of Arrow were.
But the first 2 seasons of Arrow were really good.
Oh,
Arrow's,
they were
Arrow's
fantastic.
they're finally wrapping up Arrow. I heard, isn't
Yep.
it?
Yeah.
This last, which
Did it
is
get-
shocking to me because I feel like WB at this point. I still don't believe that Supernatural's ending until it actually ends because
Sure.
Supernatural's on season
They're
20
across the
at this
hall
point.
if we want to go. I'm kidding.
15.
They are. Yeah,
they're
yeah,
auctioning.
they're-
So they're auctioning off the costumes. I was reading just the other day. So you can get the trench coat in Sam and Dean's
Can I get the car
I don't think
or
so.
one of the cars?
Yeah, one of the cars. I don't know if you'd want them. I bet it's the Gone in 60 Seconds car where it's just a really shitty frame.
So here's the thing
with
about
the
Supernatural.
wrap.
It always, I know that it's still on, but I feel like every time I come across the next season starting, I'm still shocked that it's still on because I remember Supernatural. I remember watching the first season as it aired because this is how long ago it was because it's been so many years. I was still in high school, and I only remember it because at the time I was still watching Smallville, which also ran for ever. But Jensen Ackles played a recurring character in season whatever of Smallville as the high school football coach or whatever who was in a relationship with Lana, blah, 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 and then left that show to then star in Supernatural as one of the main characters. So you realize that Supernatural started when Smallville was maybe 2 or 3 seasons in and is still on the air.
He was in Gilmore Girls still, though, while Supernatural started, though, as well, I thought. Because Gilmore Girls didn't finish wrapping until 2011.
We have successfully named 3 television shows I've never watched.
Oh, my daughter's name's Lorelai.
Have you ever watched anything, Ethan? I feel like we're just...
Yeah.
Okay.
I
You're
watch
the
a lot
Carrie
of
of
things.
TV.
Okay.
No, I was just a child when these shows came out.
Gilmore Girls? No way.
Yeah, what?
I mean, Gilmore Girls was on a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I mean,
yeah, but it was Gilmore Girls, and I was a 7-year-old boy, so I wasn't going to watch Gilmore Girls.
and
Whatever, same thing. When it started,
I think so. Yeah, I
Whatever.
mean, because it ends where she's like, "Oh, I'm going to work for the Obama administration," and
I
I'm
was
like,
too busy.
"Go, Rory!"
I was too busy talking to real girls.
So, yeah, the first episode of Supernatural aired September 13th, 2005.
Okay, yeah. So there is a
I
wrap
was
there
in middle school.
where Sam plays Dean in Gilmore Girls, and then there's even an episode of Supernatural where they go to the Gilmore Girls set and they're making fun of him because you're not supposed to be here.
You're
Oh,
right. The
that's
first thing that
clever.
comes up when I Google Supernatural is Supernatural is selling off Dean, Sam, and Castiel's wardrobe.
Yep, I knew they were doing
nice.
it. Gosh.
Nice.
People are
Like-
going to... Supernatural fans are hardcore.
Oh, they're some of the Star
right.
Wars fans are super toxic.
We
but,
got we got to wrap it
Supernatural
up.
fans.
Got to wrap it up?
We got
That's
to
right.
wrap it up.
Ethan's
Oh.
got to go do a live
Yeah, I gotta go
podcast
do the
over
thing.
on the other side of the podcast.
Close us out.
The project. Well, guys, we're going to have a lot more of these episodes coming to you live. from
Just talk
O Con
about TV.
in Council Bluffs. But thank you, Josh. Thank you, Ethan. I've been Tyler.
Tyler.
We'll catch you guys later here at O Con in Council Bluffs. So see you later.